Section 93, we're about to blow your mind. Approaching Zion, come follow me. All right, section 93, it's like my favorite chapter in all of Scripture.
Was that before tonight, or is that as of like right now?
Was before tonight, and after tonight even more so. How about that?
Okay, fair.
Okay, so receive of his fullness. And in Joseph Smith style, fullness is spelled with one L. I don't know if that's an 1800s thing, or if is that a King James English thing? I don't know what's going on with that one L, fullness.
I'm going to assume it was a let's save ink thing for back then.
They just went with it.
Just little by little, we take letters out.
Okay, disclaimer. We're going to be getting deep into section 93, and we're going to be exploring some very sacred topics in a way that goes beyond what the church normally, the depths that the church normally goes into it. So we will apologize in advance if we're offensive to anybody with anything we say, because one of our last videos, I got a comment that said, what did it say? It said,
You're so judgmental.
I can only hope I never waste another second listening to you. That's what the YouTube comment said. So I thought I was just I was just being silly, but apparently my sense of humor doesn't always carry over very well, apparently.
Well, they were either a professor or a lawyer, or maybe both, and that's why they got so offended.
Oh, okay. The point is, we're going to be going deep on some very sacred topics, and we're going to be exploring these topics in a way that's not traditional. We're going to be looking at doctrines of the Melchizedek priesthood in a way that are, as the scriptures say, plainly manifest, that are plain and precious. So we're going to be removing the veil from how we normally talk about these subjects in the traditional, Sunday school approach to the plan of salvation. And we're going to be getting deeper on it. So if there's something we say that sounds a little off or sounds quite a bit different than how you are used to talking about it in typical gospel conversations, that's expected. But if we lose you and you think that just sounded way off, we assure you that there is some line upon line context behind why we say some of the things we say, and apologize in advance if we don't clearly communicate all that context as we go, because we're going to get excited talking about this stuff.
Well, we forget too that we've a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight is just kind of a better piecing together of stuff that you and I have talked about previously, and ideas and concepts that we have had in previous conversations. And so now it's really bringing that all together in a more cohesive way than we ever have. And we forget that not everybody has gone that same path we have gone down. So we're going to try to make this as simple and straightforward as possible.
Okay. Jumping in. Verse 1. If section 93 is my favorite section, then verse 1 is my favorite verse. I just love it. Verily thus saith the Lord, it shall come to pass that every soul who forsakes his sins and comes unto me and calls on my name and obeys my voice and keeps my commandments shall see my face and know that I am, and that I am the true light that lights every man that comes into the world, and that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, and the Father and I are one. The Father, because he gave me of his fullness, and the Son, because I was in the world, and made flesh my tabernacle, and dwelt among the sons of men. I was in the world, and received of my Father, and the works of him were plainly manifest. We're going to be muting as we go, because I've got a cough and Nathan's got kids in the background. Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.